Alright folks, here's some of the 4.04 weight dimes. I saved you all the time-consuming efforts of unwrapping all of the other ones. Hopefully you can see all those and they come in just fine. A couple of them are promising, possibly. Got some nice crisp edges. Pull that one out, see what that one is. Oh no. I usually don't do this over my table because that's what happens. One or two of them drops and next thing you know you're going through a big stack to get back where you were. Go through 72s there. And I know one fell over here and I'm not sure which one it was. I'm going to have to rewind and take a look. Got a nice collection of wrappers going over there. We'll recycle those, put them in our compost. Alright, other than that, I don't see anything exciting. Over here, take the magnifying glass, see if y'all can, I can get this to come in. I don't know if that's going to work or not, but it's kind of a trick I use a magnifying glass and you can get down and actually see every rib. If you can see them, they'll jump out at you if they're silver. So, into the pile it goes. Let's check a couple of these out and see. 1999D. Well, right there. 2002D. It's pretty hammered, but we'll put it over here for our more inspections. $1972 no mark. Philadelphia. I think this is the stack I knocked over. 1972 no mark. And the 1972 no mark. Where did it last? 71? Sure did. That is the 71. Check these. 72D. 72D. Alright. Let's go back up here to the first one I pulled out. Now these are the nice sharp edges. 2016D. If any of y'all out there are interested in any full rolls of a certain mint, I don't know if we're going to put these together. 1992D. We're going to put these together into specific years and mints. 14D. Or we're just going to take them all right back to the bank and cash them in. Ooh, there's the 4.05 gram one. Put that to the back. We've waited this long. Another 4.04 gram. See if we can find some. Oh, that's the paper. I thought that was. It'll jump out at you up there. See? That was the paper. I know all you folks see these nice and shiny ones. You say, silver, silver. Utah Gambler, silver. I'll have to see if I can make this work. If not, I'll bring it right up to the edge. See, I'm not seeing anything. Not seeing anything jump out. We will go through that whole bucket though and look at any ones that might be questionable. Like I said, I usually don't do this over my table also, because you drop one roll and all your work is for nil. Like that. Like dominoes, and just watch your stacks fall. And these, I know these aren't pure silver here, these aren't 64 or older, but they're a little tarnished. And that's it. I'm not seeing anything. I mean, I see some 70s in there, possibly some late 60s. And again, we'll go through them all looking for double die stamps. Looking for the number 5 on the cheek of the 66 dime. We'll weigh the ones we haven't weighed, the ones that should weigh 2.51 if they're silver, or the ones that are 1.9 if they're the cladded light ones for the 65 years, 66. As you can see on my board, there's a little scribbling. We got scratch pads everywhere that we take notes on. We've got a couple that we put together, a couple of ledgers, and we just do this and then we kind of write out what we're doing as we look at it. We go through a few of these things. We just do it on butcher paper, tape it down. Sometimes we get 5 or 6 hunts out of one grid, and other times we only get one. This one we'll probably get 2 or 3. We just had to remake this one up. Looking through our wheat cents and our nickels. Drum roll, please. It's not the 405, it's 404. And again, the magnifying glass just lets you see every edge of every coin. And a silver one will jump out. We found proof silvers. We've found, not in this box, but before. We've found proof silvers. We've found all sorts of stuff. So you never know what you're going to find. 4.03. So this was a lighter one. The lightest ones in the boxes were 4.02. What makes the difference, I'm not exactly sure. But you're talking tenths and hundredths of grams. Tenth of a gram between 4.03 and 4.04 and 5. I mean, it could be the difference between a couple of the nickel clads versus solid ones. I'm seeing down right there. The ridges are a little too high. I don't know how it looks on camera, but if it is silver, it's going to have perfect ridges on it. And I don't think it is. It is not. It's got the copper band. And folks, sometimes the light that you hunt underneath will make all the difference in the world also. Sometimes different shades of light bulbs, like the off-whites and stuff like that, won't let them stand out as much. You get a bright light. Sometimes you start doing this all day long and you start getting buck fever, and every coin looks like it's a wall hanger. And at that time I start looking at them in the shade. You'll start holding them underneath the table or something, and when the shade comes around, you can kind of see the difference it makes when it's shaded versus when it's light. It just gives your eyes a little bit of a break. Those are just ones I'll glance at. So this is a family ordeal. This is what we do for a hobby and for fun. Keeps the kids out of trouble. They'll come home, help us peel, help us stack. Again, I didn't videotape us opening up the whole $250 box. That would have probably been a few hour long video. Again, nothing spectacular jumps out at the naked eye. Nor with the magnifying glass. I know y'all, a lot of y'all out there are saying, "Oh, just drop one and let's see you drop those dominoes over." But I would prefer not to. My fingers don't work as well as they used to. Seeing a lot of tarnished stuff, but sometimes there's always one hiding up underneath there, or like, well, I'm turning it around. Living on the edge. If anyone sees out there something sitting around here that I missed, put it in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You never know where we're going to be coming from doing this. We travel all over. We'll get coins from all over. We've got some over here. Going to do another video that are actually customer rolled half dollars and quarters. We've got a little local bank here that just deals with a lot of the old timers here in the area, and they let them bring them in rolled, and so we go in there quite often and grab the customer rolled ones. Okay, this is the 4.05 weight roll of dimes. We had a couple that were going 404, 405, but then they would settle back down at 404. We just opened those. There was really nothing in them. We don't know if we've got any half clads or, excuse me, half silvers, 40%ers in there or something. Could have overmissed something. Let's see what we got here. Anything? Oh crap! I'm gonna drop these all over the place. Anything? Anything? I'm gonna destroy these and drop all over my pile. Oh, there's one, maybe two, possibly two. See if I can get. I think that's one. That sure does look like one. And that looks like that could be another one. See if I can get this on camera. Can you see the difference? I'm gonna put. Do you see the one? Possibly two. Oh, if I get the magnifying glass right. Possibly two. I'm thinking that one right there. Possibly that one right there. I know there's definitely one here that's an older that I see no copper band on. But I can't tell if that other one. Let's see, and that might be two right there together. Sometimes you'll get the two silver sides together that'll make it look like it's one whole coin. That's why I go over it with the magnifying glass to see. That's the bottom one. That one right there. That's the one that's above it, I think. I don't know if that's it. That's definitely. I can't even grab it, so it's got to be one. It's old. That's old. Oh, you hear that? I didn't even go over that. They make a different sound. I know this one's not silver because it's too new. Hear the difference? There's a much higher tone. I gotta look at that one right now. I gotta set this roll down. Woohoo! 1946. That's a silver. That is our first silver out of a $250 box of dimes. A 1946, fairly worn. I'll have to do some more research, see if there's anything special about it, other than it being silver and old. 1946. Hey, we don't even have any in the 40s. We're going to have to move our good luck pile here. 1946. We're going to see if there was a mark on that or not. $1946, no marks. That's going to be a Philadelphia mint. Whew, nice. Get back to the other 2. And yes, folks, this is silver. That's part of my good luck pile right here that I just pull out. Our good blessings pile. We don't believe in luck. We believe in being blessed. And this one here is just, it's not looking too old. Sorry, I don't know if I'm going off camera, on camera. I'll try to get these things out. The only thing I'm focused on is getting the one I want and not spilling the rest of them all over the table. Great hobby to do with the kids, folks. Go out and buy yourselves a bunch of the dimes and nickels and quarter. Ho-ho. That looks like an older one, but it's not that old. Go out and buy the nickel and dime and penny and quarter and $50 books, and you and your kids sit down and just go buy a roll. I mean, this is the safest form of gambling there is. We don't have gambling here in Utah. We have to drive to the state of Nevada or Colorado or any other state, but here we don't even have lottery. So this is about the best chance you get of gambling or playing the lottery. And the good thing is you don't lose anything. You take everything back that's not worth anything, you get your money back, you buy more, you do it again. It's just kind of a fun recreational hobby, especially during the winter time when it's 20 degrees outside. 2000D. $98. Alright, folks, I'm just going to slide these dimes right here. I don't see that one. I don't see any silvers. Let's try this off-colored one, see what year that is. Sometimes these are clad issues. Do your research. If you see a coin that does not look right, look at it again. Do your research. This right here is a 1977 with cladding issues. So 1977D. Oh, that D almost looked like it was a double die. We save all these coins. We put them in a jar that's to be looked at a later date. As you can see, we've got some other dark nickel or dimes. You know, some of these are worth money, some of them aren't. You just have to do a little bit of research and find out. And I can't resist any longer, folks. I'm going to reach over here. This is a roll of halves. This is from the local small bank, the bank that's been around the longest, so they're dealing with the oldest folks, probably have the longest holding accounts there. They don't even take their change out of the rolls. They trust their customers so much, they don't put it through the change machine and send it out. So here's a roll of halves. Let's see what we got. Again, I take the magnifying glass because if there's a silver there, you're going to see that there's no copper banding. I don't know if I'm doing it justice or if I'm just making y'all seasick. I'm not seeing anything solid silver. And we'll go through all these also and look for any errors, bicentennials. 1973. 1973. 1973. We're getting old. Getting older. 72. Ooh, look at that 72. Wow. That, I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. That means somebody could have already gone through them and done kind of what we did here and put them in dates. 72, another 72. Now these were 90% silver from, 1964, of course, and older. But up until 69, 72, up until 69, they were 40% silver. And of course, 72, you've got a few of the blanks that made it through from the transitional years that, I don't know, they got put somewhere and then found years later, and then somebody at the mint stacked them and went through and popped coins out on them. Like 65 was a transitional year, so there are 65 dimes out there that weigh 2.51 grams that is going to be a silver planched dime. Same with the 66. I think there's one up in the 70s also. I think there's like a 77. That might be the mint proof set. All I can say is do your research, folks. If you see a coin that doesn't look right, and as you start looking at hundreds and hundreds and thousands of these things, you'll start to be able to see differences that don't look right. And then as you do your research, you'll get educated more. And then as you look at them, you'll start seeing things. I have yet to find a double die that I think is from the mint. I've found a lot of coins that I think are counterfeits. A lot of people want to try to counterfeit things like this 66 dime right here. A 66 dime with no mark. That's going to be a Philadelphia dime. A lot of people don't know. It could be one of the 2.51 gram 40% silver dimes that you won't know about unless you weigh it. And there's also some very sought after ones. I'm not going to be able to get this. But right on his cheek, I've not found one yet, and I've looked through I don't know how many dimes. But on quite a few of them, the engraver put a 5 right on his cheek. But you cannot see it unless you have some sort of jeweler's loupe or magnifying device with a light. You got to get right in on it. But they are quite valuable. If you can find a 66 no mark that has a number 5 engraved on the cheekbone. 1980 is another good one. Find one without the mint mark on a 1980. I don't know if it was a gag gift, if they just had some employees that were seeing what they could get away with, but there were quite a few 1980s that left Philadelphia with no mint mark. And by the time they caught it, there was a bunch of them out there. Well, they're also very sought after with full bands on the torches. Research that. I got a little bit of editing to do. As you can see, I've got a lot more dimes to go through before we can get into any other denomination. But again, if any of you folks see something I missed sitting here or know that something is valuable, please leave it in the comments below. Direct message me if you've got my information and my contact stuff. Again, if you'd like a whole roll of any specific year, let me know. We'll roll it up and we can get it out to you. This is Utah Gambling out.